Hey, welcome back to Random Tasks. Today we are working on this mid-2014 MacBook Pro. I recently replaced the solid-state drive in this MacBook. And the next thing I wanted to do was replace the battery. This is a little bit more involved than the MacBook Air, which you can watch a video on, but I'm sure we can tackle it. What I did ahead of time, obviously, shut that down. I also backed it up, and then I ordered the replacement battery from iFixit, and it came with a special toolkit. So yeah, let's get into it. This is rated on the iFixit site as being difficult, just as a warning, but I'm sure it'll be fine. So this is what's inside the toolkit, by the way. Not that was mine. You get a little screwdriver with various bits in the handle, some safety goggles, some adhesive remover because the battery is stuck to the case, and another various bits and things for prying up stuff and removing cables. So quite useful. This was about 10 pounds versus just the battery, so probably worth it, especially if you don't have these tools anyway. I definitely have safety goggles and little prying things, but certainly not the adhesive remover. And yeah, it's always good to get a few new tools. So we'll start by flipping it over, and there are 10 screws holding the case together. These two are different in length than the other 8, but they're all P5 Pentalobe screws, which is a special tool. Obviously this kit I got from iFixit does come with one of those tools. Otherwise you can buy this separately for a few pounds or a few dollars off of Amazon. Now I already removed all these screws when I changed the solid state drive. I just put a couple in to hold the case together just in case. But let's just pretend that I removed all 10 screws just now, which I did. After that, you pry your fingers in here and you separate the two bits of the case. Next thing you want to do is, normally there'd be a little bit of tape over this part. I've already removed it, but you want to pry up this battery connector and do it very carefully. And this is what you want to use this called spudger or spudging tool, whatever it is, for this. But you just want to get underneath here and not under it. And that's that. Bend it back. Good. And there are 2 T5 screws that hold the logic board in place, or at least at the logic board end of the I/O bracket. So you get a T5 screwdriver, and again, make sure you keep track of where these screws go, because there's a few other screws are going to move in here, and they're all different lengths. Okay, those 2 are out. So you get a piece of tweezers, or a pair of tweezers rather, which these are, and you gotta just, there's a little thing here, it just comes right up. So set that aside, and then you can use the spudger to just pop up the connector here, like that. So be very careful. There's already a bend in this, so only bend it where the bend already is. We just set that like that for now. There's a right speaker cable that's in the connector. We're gonna lift it up out of its socket on the logic board as well. Right here. Okay, that's up. Good. Just gonna peel this back carefully. It's just kind of stuck down a little bit. Good. Then we can move another 3 T5 screws, and these are all different lengths. So make sure you keep track again what goes where. So I've got a piece of paper over on the right where I've marked out the rough pattern. I'm going to place the screws exactly on that, so I don't forget what goes where. What I did for the case screws is I used some masking tape so that if I accidentally bump the paper and the screws don't go flying. Probably should have done that here, but hopefully I can avoid making a mess. So those screws are out, and I'm just going to pull the right speaker out completely, set that aside. And then we need to do the left speaker cable. You can see this is, if you watch my my MacBook Air video, this is a lot more involved. The MacBook Air battery replacement was really easy by comparison. A lot of little things to do here. Okay, that's out. And there's another 3 screws to remove on this side. I'm just going to mark out what goes where. Again, all T5 under here. And then the last one. And then we can just remove the speaker entirely, like that, and set it aside. There's 5 more T5 screws. Now these are all the same size, so that makes it a bit easy. There's one here. Start with that one. I'll make use of this tape I have here. Okay, so it turns out that mine actually only has 1 screw back here. These are 4 little rubber things which are not actually screws, so that's fine. So that's it with the screw removal anyway. So the next thing is going to be to use the adhesive remover. It's recommended that you put a bit of tin foil between the keyboard and the screen so that just in case anything leaks out, that the screen, especially on the Retina display, is not affected. So, okay, so now I got the foil in here. Next step is to use the adhesive remover. So I've cut the tip off there and just put a couple drops in and let it work its magic for a few minutes. And then I'm going to use this card that came with the kit. Just kind of work under the cell. Okay, wait a little bit longer, and I can just get that one's up. And I put some on the other side as well. Just going to do the same thing on the other side. Just work that underneath. That one's up too. So this is the slightly tedious part, but having some success here. There we go. So the 2 middle ones are the hardest. You gotta be careful with the remover stuff because the trackpad is right underneath where we're working here. Same principle. Put a bit of the adhesive remover in, wait a bit, and just try to get underneath with these cards. It's getting in slowly. I'm nearly to the point where I can lift the whole thing up. Okay, I also use this plastic tool as well to get a bit further underneath, and got it. Great. So you can see all this lovely sticky stuff on the back. That's what I was fighting against, but that is now out. So I'm going to replace this to the side. And before I put the new battery in, I need to get up all this old black stuff. So that's going to be fun. Well, that was a massive pain. That took a good 20 minutes to get the adhesive off, and you can still see this, still a little bit of residue. I got my new battery here, and it comes with adhesive already on there. So unbox that. So you can see I can peel this film off to expose the adhesive, and probably take this plastic off after the other one's been installed. And here's the new battery connector. I'm just going to bend that back a bit. So I can set this in here. Just a test fit. So it's just going to sit right over there. So I'll take the film off and stick it in. Okay. Just basically positioning this by the screw hole over here. And make sure I just get this exactly right. Move this logic board cable out of the way as well. And yeah, that seems about right. Not sure why they chose to use adhesive for this, but it's a real pain, especially compared to the MacBook Air. The MacBook Air was so simple by comparison. So, and I'm just making sure that the battery connector lines up, which it does. Good. So this is in the right position. So I'm gonna take the one T5 screw that I have for this battery. I'm just going to screw that back in. Okay, now I've got that secured. I can peel this off. And then I'm going to take the left speaker module and carefully place that in. Also make sure to get this speaker cable underneath this little screw post over here. Good. And remember, these screws are all different length, so luckily I put them in place in the right order. So we'll put all 3 screws in, and then I can gently press the connection for the speaker back in. And now we're going to do the right speaker. So line that up with the screw holes, and again, 3 different length screws, so don't screw it up. Okay, I'm gonna snake the speaker cable back around here, and also then very gently press that back in. Great. Going to carefully put the logic board I/O cable back in. Okay, it's on, and then I'm going to take the little cover here, put that on, and 2 screws that held that in. These are seriously short and tiny. Okay, now time to reconnect the battery connector. Very, very carefully. So I've got everything inside the case complete. Battery is sticking down. Everything is screwed back in. Everything's plugged in. So now I can take the case and stick it back on. So this thing is popped up for some reason, but it's right, okay. Okay, so last step is, well, sorry, second to last step, but last step of reassembly is to put all 10 screws in the back, remembering that these 2 up here are different. So hopefully you've kept them in a spot where you can remember what goes where. And again, this is using that P5 Pentalobe special screwdriver. And that's that. So the last step, I mean, that's it for the assembly, but last step is to calibrate the battery. And as it says on here, charge your newly installed battery up to 100% and keep charging it for at least 2 more hours. Then use your device until it shuts off due to low battery, and then finally charge it uninterrupted to 100%. And of course, recycle the old battery. So that'll do it. I hope people found that interesting, useful. It is definitely harder than MacBook Air. It is a pain, not gonna lie, but it's doable so long as you have the right tools and equipment. It is achievable, but it takes a bit of patience, especially getting that adhesive off and getting these things underneath the battery. But yep. So we'll see you next time on Random Tasks. Please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.